prototype Skeggs guitar is finished. There it is in all its glory. Maybe we'll do a little zoom in. The incredibly horrible truss rod cover, pink and blue on top of yellow and black. That's just a tuner there on top. Fretboard. So when I finally straightened up the neck and got that all set, the D string was buzzing out on the first fret, although it played okay on the other frets. So I put a little bit of some timber shavings into the nut and some super glue, and I've now put that higher. So it doesn't buzz on the, well, I think it might still buzz a little bit, but it does buzz elsewhere in the neck now. But anyway, it doesn't buzz at the first fret anymore. It was just totally buzzing out. Other than that, it's playing well. The action is extremely low, probably too low. It does buzz in places a little bit. And, well, I'll play it for you anyway and you'll be able to see. Yeah, the bridge is probably 1 millimeter too low, so I messed up my figures there. I should have been able to make the bridge a bit higher. So I can't eliminate all the buzzing and have a straightish neck at the moment. But the intonation is excellent. The bridge was great. Really highly adjustable bridge. You can adjust string width spacing, you can adjust string height, and of course you can adjust intonation. Very good bridge. Shallow bridge. SD6 I think it is. And the intonation is great. So on the open string and the 12th fret it is in tune. But I also checked the 5th and 7th frets and it is exactly in tune at open, 5th, 7th and 12th are all in tune perfectly. So even though I thought I didn't do a good job on the frets, I must have done okay. I'll show you the other side of the guitar. I'll go around the front and I'll just lock this in place. Can I zoom out a bit? Yeah, here we go. Alright, I'll just turn this around and I'll go and show you the other part. I'll take that tuner off it now. So can you see that? Yeah, you can see there. So we've got that. Now you're ready for the hideous back of the guitar with the Skeggs cavity cover, the yellow and black. Now, in case you didn't watch the build of this guitar, I was testing out the stains and I had yellow but hadn't used it, so I just wanted to test it out. So it's not something that I think is wonderful looking or anything. Yeah. So I do like the pink and blue though on here. Obviously not combined with the yellow and black, but I think it looks okay. Anyway, I think now we can do a little bit of a test. Oh, in case you also haven't seen the build, this is all made of pine. The only thing on it that's not pine is the fretboard itself, which is a hardwood, which is eucalypt, I think. But the rest of it's just pine, so it's very soft wood. And amazingly, it plays. It will buzz because I can get rid of the buzzing if I put more relief in the neck, but I don't want to. Anyway, I'll give you a look. Buzzcocks, right notes, wrong pitch, can't sing, hit it. distortion. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! We're going down the pub. We're going down the pub. Listen here, hurry, we're going down the pub. You better tell your mum and finish up your grub. You listen to me. Now I don't go on a cup of tea. Come on! Come on! Come on, baby, come on! Come on! Come on! Come on, baby, come on! We're going down the pub. We're going down the pub. Hi, get a bit lower, there I am. Thank you for watching the prototype Skeggs guitar build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. This is a bit of a sum up conclusion. It's a fair bit of time after I've built, as you can probably tell. I probably finished it a good 6 months ago. Anyway, I have since stripped it down. Actually, I'll take these off for now. I've since stripped it down. I've taken off the fretboard and all the hardware because I have completed the next build for which this was the prototype for. It's hanging on the wall above me, which is why I'm sitting on the floor, because I don't want you to see it yet. Here's the prototype all stripped and looking a little bit different to what you saw just a minute or so ago. I've removed the fretboard and I have a video coming up on how to remove a fretboard because it's pretty easy. And to get the truss rod out, and of course all the other hardware's on the new guitar. The whole point of this Skeggs body shape, it's shaped with lots of Skeggs on it, was so that you could play it in various positions, so sitting down mainly. So you could have it on your leg like this and play it in a similar position to where you would have it with the guitar strap on if you were standing up. You could put it between your legs like this and play it in a classical guitar position. Now what I found with a lot of guitars was that you have to clamp your legs to keep in this position because the guitar keeps sliding around and then you get sore legs. So I made it a bit so the cord goes through to your legs, it's comfortable and all that. What I found though was I still had a bit of a problem. This guitar still wanted to slip off, especially if I had it here. Double bass position if you're using a bass guitar. So just a whole bunch of different positions you can play this guitar in without having to have it slide around. It wasn't quite right though, which is why I built a prototype, one of the reasons. The other one was to learn the woodworking skills. So I've changed the shape here on the next build, which is hanging on the wall above me, so you'll see that in the next build. And other things I learned, you've got to be really careful and drill these really straight, the tuner holes. Drill press is better, but I don't have a lot of room to manoeuvre this around near a drill press, but that's something you've got to do. The other thing is, the neck for me is about 80% of the build because I'm doing through necks. Really important to get it straight and flat and square, and it takes a lot of work, and for me that's most of the work. The actual body's really easy, particularly for me because I'm not copying anybody else's shape. I'm just using this shape, and if the shape's a little bit different, I don't care. I'm not doing a replica, I'm doing my own thing. So the body is really easy, but the neck has to be right. Scariest part is cutting fret slots in the fretboard because I have my fretboards already glued on when I do it. So if you make a mistake, that's a lot of work. So yeah, cutting fret slots is really scary and something that I think is worth practicing before you actually do it. Other than that, one other thing I really learned was you can build a guitar, electric guitar, out of pine, softwood, and it works. Now, admittedly, I had a hardwood fretboard, and of course the truss rod is probably what held the whole thing together, but it works. It took about 3 weeks to settle down. The pine moved around a bit more than other guitars, But after a few weeks it sort of settled in and didn't really have to do much tuning to it. It was pretty good. So that's interesting. If you had a couple of carbon fibre stiffening rods, I think you can make a guitar out of pine and it's not a problem at all. Definitely very light and worth considering if you want a really light guitar. I think hardwoods were important when you didn't, you were making guitars without truss rods and stuff in the early days. And quarter sawn, having the grain run the correct way, all that was really important. But now, these days, with stiffening rods and truss rods, I don't think it's that big a deal. That's something I've learned. Had a chance to test a lot of theories with this guitar. Like, people would say you have to do things this way or that way, and I thought, oh, I'll try it, I'll test it. And you saw me make plenty of mistakes. But I deliberately tried things that people said you couldn't do to see, because I didn't care how this came out. And that helped me learn a lot very quickly, I think. So, yeah. Now, my next build is hanging on the wall above me. I don't want you to see it right now because I have a video series coming out on that. But I've also started actually my third build now. My third build is going to be a fan fret. So I've kept this guitar at the moment just for doing this. I've made a few of these with different scale lengths on them, and I can just test them out. And see what's more comfortable for me to play. So please, and also on that build, I'm doing a neck design that no one has ever done before. Well, I've never seen it before anyway. So if you want to keep seeing new, slightly inventive things, new designs, please subscribe, or at the very least put a like. And if you put a comment, it's good because YouTube likes comments apparently. So yeah, I'm trying to promote this channel, and so I can try new things all the time and try and push the limits of design a little bit. And I don't have a lot of woodworking skills, but I'm getting better, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching. Enjoy.